It's so terrifying because we're so close to World War III. We're so close.
It's no joke, man. That's really feels like that's what's happening.
It is happening.
Yeah.
It scares the fucking shit out of me.
Yeah, it does me too.
And someone from the government was just having some sort of a press conference where they're saying, we are at war and war is messy and this. And I'm like, whoa. Shouldn't we be doing everything we can to avoid this? Every single possible thing that we can to avoid this.
And it doesn't seem like they look ahead. They just go, here's what we got to do.
Right.
Here's what we have to do. Like, I get it. It's like what happened on October 7th, was it?
Yeah.
Is horrible. Absolute atrocity and like barbaric and absolutely terrible. And I get it. You have to retaliate and you have to do what you got to do. But how do you do that? Like of course you want to get rid of Hamas. That sounds great. You know what I mean? I completely support that. I think everybody supports that for the most part. But how do you do that without so much collateral damage? It's ridiculous. And then even more important than that is fast forward 5 years from now.
Right.
What happens? Like,
what are the repercussions?
Yeah. Especially around that whole area with all those Arab countries.
Yeah.
And we're backing that. We're backing them killing all these people there. And we're also backing Ukraine against Russia. And now it's looked like we're going to back Taiwan. We just sent an aid package to Taiwan, billions of dollars to Taiwan. It's like we're opposing all these, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're opposing China, Russia, and now these Arab countries.
Yeah, it's scary, man.
I'm not the person to talk politics, but international military strategy. But I just watching the news and trying not to, and just try. And it's funny because I've always known about Israel and Palestine just from what I hear on the news and like just sort of hearing, like kind of understanding on the most surface level. And it wasn't until now, age 51, where I've been watching, like listening to podcasts, watching documentaries, trying to like educate myself and like figure out what this conflict, how it came to be, what the history was. And it's the more I try to learn about it, the more complicated it seems.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, and the consequences for all of us are so grave. Because if it does go completely sideways, if someone goes nuclear, we're fucked. We're fucked. The world's fucked. I mean, we're getting knocked back into the Stone Age, if we're lucky. If we're lucky. If we're not lucky, the whole human race gets wiped out.
And all it takes is one person to go rogue.
Yeah.
And like you saw for Hamas to do what they did in Israel, that was totally strategic. They didn't do it. They didn't like do all that barbaric shit in that way, like just to prove a point. It was super, like they wanted a crazy emotional response. They were trying to escalate the situation, obviously, right? Like you would never do that with that going, what is this going to do? It's obviously they're going to full on airstrikes, ground invasion. It's pretty obvious that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So they basically wanted that to happen. They wanted, like, I listened to the Coleman Hughes podcast. You just had Coleman on the show a couple days ago, whatever that was. The way he broke that down, how he simplified everything, and like he made so much sense out of it. But I just can't stop thinking about the repercussions of retaliation and escalation and getting every single other country involved, and it's just wild.
When it gets me is late at night when I'm alone. This was even before the Hamas invasion. It was just thinking about Ukraine and Russia. I would be at home and, just go through the news feed and read some stories, and then everyone in my house would be asleep and I'd be awake, and I'd just going, fuck, is this the last days of normal civilization?
Yeah.
Because every movie where, we ascend into the apocalypse or descend into the apocalypse, that's how it starts. It's like, there's normal life, you're dropping your kids off at school, bye honey, I love you, and then hours later, sirens, bombs, powers off, no water, no food, people are struggling. It's just like, if nuclear bombs start going off, the world will be unrecognizable. We will be right back to barbaric Stone Age monsters in a matter of months, matter of weeks, days even. There's no power, no food, no nothing. You know, there's the fucking border's been invaded by hundreds of thousands of illegals. How many of them are militants? How many of them have snuck in across the border and are forming terror cells? We don't know. I mean, that's the giant fear.
That's for sure happening.
For sure.
There's no doubt.